only thing I made of that was it's usually the contender that goes into the cage, right? So I mean, even he sees me as the champion already. So he better knows I'm the champion. And now that he's seen me in that cage, he knows what a force I am in there. He could feel the energy, and I could feel how insignificant he is to me when we get into that cage.
What did you say to each other?
Oh, nothing. I told him, I go, yeah, come on, jump over. Let's do a little face-off. Let's amp it up a little bit. See what it has. And I said to him, I go, oh, man, I thought you were a bit taller, because everyone's so much taller than me. I'm like looking eye to eye, and I'm like, psh. I was going, man, I was about to say I got this 71-inch reach, which is a lie, but I should run with that. But yeah, it's again, no disrespect to the bloke. He is a good fighter. He's undefeated. Can't wait to take that 0. He's going to talk his shit. So people, I remember, I can say whatever I wanted to. You know, people don't have to believe it. But I was sitting there. I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't say how easy I think that fight's going to be, because then people might not be interested. But he's going to talk his shit, so people are going to want to see me punch him in the face. So it don't matter. But yeah, I look at that as again, no disrespect to the bloke, but the shit he's doing ain't going to work on me. And hopefully you get to see that soon.
Historically, like, you know, you and Max have been pretty respectful. Like, I know you and Brian got under each other's skin on The Ultimate Fighter, but Ilya's, he talks a lot, and, you know, he hopped the barricade to face off you. Does that get you excited that you'll have also a foil at press conferences and in the media to, like...
Oh, 100%. See, mine and Ortega's was a little bit... It's weird. Just spend too much time to each other, and we just got annoyed with each other. This guy's going to be just talking his shit, and I love that. I'm like, yeah, talk your shit. Now I can have a bit of fun with it and punch you in the face for it. You know what I mean? And feel good punching your head through the canvas. Because again, like, I'm gonna squash that bloke, so it doesn't matter. Man, it was nuts, man. How tough is that bloke? And then breaking his arm and still going through it. About, I mean, these are things that, you know, we talk about BMFs and doing things like that. Like, it's, I mean, some of the things you see people do in this sport is pretty incredible. Yeah, that's it was cool. It was cool to see, especially to get his hand raised after a war like that against a game opponent. Jalen Turner is no joke. He's dangerous, and to be able to land, cop some of them shots, break your arm, and then still end up on top is pretty incredible.
It's that whole team that he comes from. When you look at Israel Adesanya is ready to fight anybody, anywhere, anytime. You know, him and Peter had that back and forth for a long time. He didn't care. He wanted to fight him. Volkanovski's willing to fight anybody. When you look at Volk, you know, every guy he fights, reach and, you know, the size and reach advantage that everybody has on him. He doesn't care. He's a savage. He gets in there and he handles his business. Hooker tonight breaks his wrist in the second round. I didn't even know. I had no idea. Rogan and those guys must have heard him in the corner. That whole team is badass.
Hamzat is, you know, I mean, at the end of the day, this guy keeps flirting with me online. You know, he's flirting back and forth with me online. At this point, he's just using me for clout. You know, if you want to fight, cut the weight and let's fight. If not, stop using me for clout. Stop flirting with me online. You know, he wants to fight. Let's make the weight and let's make the fight happen. I'm not going nowhere. I'm right here.
So if they approached you and said, would you take it at 185, you wouldn't do that?
But why would they approach me for 185? He's ranked what? Number 3, right? Isn't he? In what division? Welterweight. You want to fight? Let's fight. I asked for the fight. He's saying he's the boogeyman of the division, and I think he's a really, really good fighter. Very, very good fighter. I like the guy. But hey, you want to fight? Cut the weight and let's fight. Be disciplined. He don't want to do that anymore. You know, he's got money now. You know, he's loving the life and he's living good. He don't want to cut the weight. You know, he wants to eat and he wants to move the goalposts for him. No, you want to be champion. This is the gold standard right here. Cut the weight and let's make it happen.
And with his comments saying about, you know, that this fight, this title defense was against his will, does that worry you at all in terms of perhaps injuries or how his mindset is going into this one?
No, not really. I mean, he's been very vocal. He's got some kind of bicep injury or something. He said that before the last fight against Henry. He's a built-in excuse to say, I got these injuries and I'm going to this fight and I beat him. And he's like, well, you guys already knew. I said I was injured. I didn't want to fight. Built-in excuse is what it sounds like. But he's gonna make the fight. He's gonna make the fight. He's gonna get paid. He's gonna make it there. We'll see how good he shows up. But I do think he's taking this fight very serious. I do think he looks at me as very dangerous. So I expect, the best Aljamain to show up.
Israel Adesanya coming into the cage tonight, Dricus du Plessis, the big win. I guess the decision to bring him in, not something you do all the time.
Well, there was a big debate over it. I didn't want to do it. First of all, what I don't like to do is when you have somebody like du Plessis who just, big win for him, you know what I mean? He just beat the second best guy in the world in that division. And then, somebody's going to get in their face and get aggressive with him again after they just got done getting out of a war. But Adesanya and I had a debate over it, and he promised me that nothing crazy would happen, so we did it.
What the f? Stop playing. What the f?